Okay. Yay. Okay. So we're going to be going over the next couple of weeks through the GoPro book on a skills training. And I would say 90% of this business is mindset. So I don't want you to lose sight of that. Like, you have to be working on both the skills that you're learning in this industry and also your mindset. They go really hand in hand. You can have the most knowledge and the most skill set, and if your mindset is in the gutter, people are going to feel that energy from you. And it's just, your results are going to change. So I want you to be focusing on yourself and your growth and having a growth mindset, like Rachel was talking about, but also, learning these skills as well. And the really amazing thing about the timing that we have here is that timing can actually allow you to earn more than your skill set. And so some of you may have already experienced that, where you came in, we're in company momentum, we're in team momentum, and you've actually been able to earn before you even really know what you're doing. And that's great. But over time, learning these skills and committing to learning these skills will definitely put you and your business ahead. So I want to talk a little bit about the difference between the old economy and the new economy. So in the old economy, there's this mindset of spending, 4+ years, committing yourself to a degree, going to work for 40 years of your life to hopefully retire off of 40% of your income. And the reality is that this just isn't the way the world is working anymore. We're definitely moving into what is considered the new economy. So in the new economy, your loyalty isn't necessarily rewarded. So staying in a job long-term doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to continue to get raises year after year. And a lot of people just, even though they follow the system, like they went to school, they did the things, they stayed at their job, they're still not able to retire comfortably after the end of their career. And we see this more and more with inflation, and it's just really tough in today's society to kind of function within that model and have it work for you. And in recent decades, a lot of companies are moving towards more of a performance-based pay. So you're not necessarily getting paid for your time anymore, you're getting paid for your production. And this is great for companies because it's more efficient. But this is also why I think we're going to continue to see more of a rise in network marketing, because it fits that model. So you see companies like Kendra Scott, even the jewelry company, that are moving now towards network modeling distribution. And that is because it's definitely a better way for companies. So not only is word of mouth advertising the most trusted form of advertising, this is why companies are putting their dollars into paying people through this model of network marketing, rather than like paying for advertising through TV or through internet ads or whatever it is. They're realizing that they could funnel however much money they want into advertising, but their return isn't necessarily going to be the same. Whereas here in network marketing, not only are we having trusted conversations between ourselves and our friends and our family, where they're saying this isn't just a corporation that wants to, sell me something. This is my best friend telling me about a product that she really loves. So of course I'm going to buy it. But it also means that the company is getting an absolute return off of that exchange, because it's the most efficient way for them to do it. They're only going to pay out money if there was a sale that happened there. So instead of like putting $100 into advertising and maybe only getting 1 or 2 sales, so their return on that may not be as good, they are going to pay you only when you have created a sale for their company. So we will absolutely see a rise in network marketing because it fits this model, this production-based model of the economy. And the great thing about that is you are ahead of the curve. So you are getting into this before most of the world is going to switch over to this type of performance-based pay. And that means that you can really pioneer this space and you can set yourself up to be an expert in this industry. And so learning the skills and having the skills in order to do that is going to set you and your family up for decades. Network marketing is definitely better because of those reasons that we just mentioned, but there is a catch. And let me know in the comments if you know what that catch is, because everything comes with a catch, right? So the catch is that you have to embrace a loss of social esteem from ignorant people. So self-esteem is like how you feel about yourself. Social esteem is what others think of you. And there are going to be ignorant people that just don't get this, that just think what you're doing is weird or whatever it is because you don't fit the normal model right now of what's happening, where people are, in a typical 9-to-5, doing the 40-40-40 plan. And so that's okay, but you're going to have to actually embrace being different. Like Jake was saying, this weekend, we are here not to do the same thing that everybody else is doing. We want to be the oddballs, and embracing the fact that you're doing this and that some people are not going to understand is part of that process. So this is, again, comes back to mindset. If you can get through this piece of it, then you absolutely are going to go far. So we need to actually commit to being network marketing professionals. And if you can do that and decide that you are going to be a professional in the business, then this is going to allow you to move your business to the next level and really pioneer or be a pioneer in this movement towards moving the world towards this new economy. So I want you to get used to saying, I am a network marketing professional. And for some of you, that may sound like, I am a nurse, but I am also a network marketing professional. Or I am a stay-at-home mom, but I'm also a network marketing professional. So whatever that is for you, write in the chat what you're going to tell people the next time they ask you, what do you do? So for me, I might say, like, I'm a realtor, but I'm also a network marketing professional. And actually right now, I'm just a network marketing professional because this is where my focus is. Love it. You all can't see my chat box, can you? I don't think so. Perfect. Yes, so get used to saying that because you're really going to help people learn that this is a real legitimate business. Okay, I guess going back to this real quick. So type me or number 1 in the chat if you were someone that spent time getting a college degree or going through a training or certificate program, or spending time, whatever it is, in the career that got you to where you were. So like time in the military, whatever it is. Yeah. And of course, Heath just like dropped that bomb on us all casually the other day. I love it. Yeah. But so many of us spent time spending 4 years of our life, or 4+ years, whatever it is, not even to get paid necessarily for what that time was worth while we were learning those skills, right? And so that's just a common thing. Like, it's so common for us to be comfortable with the idea of giving up our time, giving up a lot of money in some cases, to learn the skills necessary to hopefully get the job that you want in whatever your profession is. And that's the mentality that I want us to bring to your career in network marketing as well. So if you're okay spending 4 years to learn the skills to work for someone else, you can absolutely spend time developing skills to run your business. Okay. So that's where we're going to start today. So skill number 1 is finding prospects. And what I want you to think about is your job literally is to network. So I want you to network like it's your job, because it is. And if you think about the math on this, if your focus was just to add 2 new contacts every single day, if you did this 6 days a week, that's over 600 people per year that you're adding to your network. If you did that for 5 years, then you're adding over 3,000 people to your network. So in just the amount of time that it would take you to spend time going to college to get a 4-year degree, if you focus on the skill of adding 2 people a day to your contacts, think of how much farther ahead you'll be in your business because of that. And this is really important because it allows you to hold posture. You're not going to be worried about what some individual person's yes or no is, because you always have a huge list of people that you can be talking to. And when they're ready, then they're ready. Like, you don't have to worry about whether they say yes or no in this moment, in this season. So that's what allows you to hold posture. You're going to have this entire list and people to talk to, and you're never going to get tired or fall into a trap of not having those people, because you're learning the skill of how to add 2 contacts every single day. So get out your pen and paper or your phone or whatever you take notes on. And for 30 seconds, I want you to write down literally every name that comes to mind, every single person in your life that you can think of. It does not matter who they are or if you think that they would do this, just write their name down. Ready, go. If you're having trouble, start with your neighbors. Who lives on your street? Now think about who lives far away from you. Who do you talk to the most on social media? Write those names down. Quick. And this is just without judgment of this person, just write their name down. Okay. Now, I want you to write down everyone that those people know. Who are they connected to? So if I wrote down my mom, who does my mom talk to regularly? I'm writing down her friends, the people that are in her bunco group, the people that she sees at the grocery store. Whoever it is, I'm writing those people down. And if I don't know them yet, I'm making it my mission to get introduced. And I love that example of my mom too, because she is the kind of person, she makes friends with everybody. She networks like it is her job. She knows her hairdresser, her nail lady. I mean, she knows who their kids are. I think we've lost that skill a lot being on social media. And so it's time to just get to know people again and ask questions about their life. And this is going to help us do that. So write down everybody that those people on your list know. So the first step was we wrote down everybody that we can think of in our life for 30 seconds. And then the second step is write down everyone that those people are connected to. Who do they know? You may not necessarily know them well, but who do they know? Okay. And so what I want you to do is network on purpose for the next 30 days. So I want you to write down one way that you're going to intentionally make new relationships this month. So in the month of September, how are you going to intentionally make new relationships? So that could be like joining a new Facebook group and getting really intentional about meeting people that have similar interests. It could be at your gym, like in person at your gym, or setting up a weekly night. Now that your kids are in school, we want to get all the moms together, maybe every 2 weeks, whatever it is, and just have like a social night, just to get together, like a play date with other families. So what are you going to do? And I would love to hear in the chat what you're going to do to intentionally network this month. It could be social media. If you're not an in-person type of person, it could be you're going to intentionally search hashtags on social media around people that you would relate to. Sports games, whatever it is, book clubs. Yeah, I love Facebook groups because you kind of have all of their contact information right there. You know that you are at least interested in something similar. You have a common connection, and it gives you a really good excuse to start talking to people. Love it. Okay, so now that we are in the mindset of finding new people every single day, and Jen is really good at this on social media too. She's been doing just searching hashtags and finding people and making real connections with them. That's kind of the whole point. The way you interact on social media should really be how you're interacting in person. Like when somebody comes up to meet you in person, they should feel like they already know you because of how you are on social media. If your live is in disconnect, like with how you function on social media versus how you are in real life, try to really work on being vulnerable online and telling more of your story, because people want to connect with you as a person. They don't necessarily want to join a company. They want to join you because of who you are. So skill number 2 is going to be actually inviting and exposing those people to what we have here. So you can absolutely pique interest on social media. You can pique interest in real life. Like if I'm at the kids' soccer game, I might pull out my hydrate or whatever it is and put it into my water just as I'm having a conversation with someone. I say this as if I have kids, but you know what I mean. And that's great, but that just piquing interest alone is not going to get you where you need to go. Most people are never going to feel comfortable enough being like, oh, hey, tell me about that. Like, oh, I've been watching your stories. I really would love to know more about this business, whatever it is. That you are going to have to be the one that's bold enough and confident enough in what you have to reach out to them. So step number 1 is going to be deciding whether you are a hunter or a farmer. Okay, so hunters are desperate. Hunters will attack everything that moves. Hunters do not care about relationships. They have a mentality of who's next. On to the next one. She said no, next. She rejected me, next. She ghosted me, next. They don't care about the relationship. They care about the bottom line, which is, are they joining or are they not? And there are a lot of people that have been successful in this industry just by being hunters. Or are you a farmer? Farmers cultivate relationships. Farmers plant seeds, and they know that that seed may take a while to grow. It may take time to show before it even sprouts out of the ground. Seeds for a long time just look like dirt. Farmers will grow trust with people. They nurture that relationship so that that trust grows day after day after day. And the main difference is that farmers' initial goal is to educate, not to recruit. So farmers educate, they don't necessarily care about recruiting. So decide which one you're going to be. I would say for your own mindset, it is much easier to stay consistent in this business as a farmer than a hunter, because not everybody can handle the callousness and, just next mentality that it takes to be a hunter. So the second piece of this is, don't pitch the opportunity, invite them to do two things. Number one, you want to invite them to connect with another person. So that could be through an event, through an opportunity call, a three-way chat, whatever it is. And what this does is this creates a triangle of connection. So you have yourself, you have the prospect, and you have the leader that you are connecting them to. And this builds belief and it builds trust, because the person that you are prospecting is going to say, if my friend Melissa really trusts Rachel, then I trust Melissa and I must trust Rachel too, because I know she wouldn't lead me astray. So same kind of thing. Whatever then Rachel says, if Rachel says this is a good product, or this is, the best company to ever come across the internet, then it must be true, because Melissa believes in Rachel, and so I believe in Rachel. It just creates that triangle. And whatever then Rachel says, when I say it, it's now validated by the fact that a leader or an expert in this industry has said it. And so now it's extra validated to the person that I'm trying to share this with. It's not just me trying to sell her on something. It's, here's a third party that also believes this too. So you're creating this triangle of trust. And the second thing that you're going to invite them to do after you invite them to connecting with a person is to review a tool. So this could be another video, like maybe it's the comp plan video. It could be a PDF, just a graphic of the comp plan, or a product PDF, or even a sample. That could be a tool as well. And so I want you to pick one person on that list of people that you wrote down, and we're going to actually invite them to connect with someone. So the way that you do this is to follow these steps. Number one, be in a hurry. You want to show them that you can do this business on the go, that you're not just sitting around waiting for people to come to you. You have a busy life and you're plugging this into the cracks of your life. So step one, be in a hurry. Step two, you're going to compliment them. Tell them what you see in them, why you think that they would be a good business partner, what you see them doing that you really admire, or whatever it is. Compliment the person. Step three is make the invitation. So you're actually going to invite them to connect with someone on an opportunity call, three-way chat, whatever it is. For the sake of this, we're just going to use the 8 o'clock, I think it's 8 o'clock, opportunity call that Cassidy is doing tonight. Step four is using the phrase, if I, would you. So if I sent you over the Zoom link to meet my friend Cassidy and hear her story, would you do me a favor and just listen and get the information? Step 5 is getting the time commitment. So making sure that they're actually saying yes to a specific time frame. So, okay, great. Like, I just want to make sure that you've got a reminder in your phone so that when 8 o'clock comes around, you'll actually be there. Like, I'm busy. I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to send out the reminder. So I just want to make sure that you'll actually be there. Step 6 is confirmation number 2. So a little bit before 8 o'clock, you might want to say, hey, this is in 30 minutes, just making sure you'll still be there. Like, I'm so excited to see your face. Step 7 would be after the call. So scheduling the next time. So you might say like, hey, can we connect on this tomorrow in a group chat? Or are you free right now for us to get together and so I can answer questions? Whatever that next thing is, get that scheduled. And step 8 is stop talking. So if you're talking to them on the phone, get off the phone. If you're talking in Messenger, stop talking to them. You don't want to be the one that word vomits everything to them. Again, going back to step 1, you're in a hurry in the first place. So don't be the one that gives them all the information about Q Sciences. You're the trailer to the movie. All you're doing is inviting them to come to the movie and hear about it themselves. So here's an example of what that could look like. You say, I'm running into a meeting, but I thought of you because you're so entrepreneurial, or you're so authentic in how you show up online. You're so hardworking. I just see everything you're doing with your family and the kids, and I don't know how you do it. It's amazing. I really want you to meet one of my mentors, Cass. She's been working on this project with me, and she's earning $4,300 a month set pay, and she's teaching me how to do it. If I connected us in a chat, or if I send the link for her info call tonight, would you just listen to her story and let me know if this is something that you may want to learn more about based on that? Simple. Whatever it is, you're going to use be in a hurry, compliment them, use if I would you language, get the commitment, get out. So there are some tips for like complimenting prospects and, especially for people that are your warm market. I wouldn't necessarily do this if it were somebody that you were just meeting for the first time, because that obviously would feel inauthentic. But for people that you know well, you might say, you've been very successful and I always respected the way that you've done business. Or you've always been super supportive of me and I appreciate that so much. Or you have an amazing mind for business and you usually see things that other people can't see. You're ahead of the curve. I don't know how you do it. Or for as long as I've known you, I always thought that you were really good at what you did. Something like that, that's going to show them why maybe you would want them to be a business partner without necessarily flat out saying like, I want you to join my business, right? So compliment them in what you see them doing. What qualities do they have that would make them good at this? And then after you get connected, you're going to share a tool. And so for a lot of people, that tool is a 3-way chat. So after the call, we're going to get into a 3-way chat and just debrief what just happened. Answer questions, share my story. This is where that triangle of trust really works, because now Cass has already validated everything that I want to say to this person, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. The next couple skills that we're going to go through over the next couple of weeks are going to be on presenting, and this is going to be specific to Q Sciences QIQ opportunity calls. So how to present specifically for this business. We're going to talk through presenting like on the call and also presenting like just answering questions like, what do you do? What is this all about? That kind of stuff. We're also going to do follow-up. We're going to learn about enrolling and the process of enrolling someone and closing the sale. And then we're going to learn about launching your new business partner and the process of launching as it relates to what we have here in our systems, and then promoting events and the importance of events. So, any questions that anyone has off the top of their head? Yes, I will. So all of these scripts came directly from the book, and I will put together like a little PDF or something that we can all use, a graphic or PDF, something that we can use based off of that. I think it's an 8. I have to go back and look. If anyone knows, put it in the chat. But it's Cass's opportunity call tonight. Awesome. Any other questions? You're welcome. I'm going to stop the recording.